We've all written good and bad reviews on sites like Yelp or Facebook, but did you ever stop to think that maybe we can get slapped with a lawsuit for writing a bad review? In this episode, we are focusing on the question, should states protect online reviews? Online reviews are lightning rods for what we call in the legal world SLAPs. SLAP stands for Strategic Lawsuit Against Public Participation. Far before the public dissemination of the internet, in the 1970s, SLAP lawsuits exploded onto the American courthouse scene. Citizens increasingly worried that corporate conglomerates would use their legal might to intimidate the citizenry with lawsuits to silence any communication of dissatisfaction. Being sued for circulating a petition, writing to a senator, or publicly supporting a public interest lawsuit were not uncommon. SLAPs effectively demonstrated that you would pay handsomely to speak out against a political or business position. Though the right to have public participation without intimidation seems intuitive, to the point one would think it would be a sweeping federal statute, laws combating SLAPs, unrelated to contract clauses, are actually at the state level and are appropriately referred to as anti-SLAPs. How important is it to have an anti-SLAP law on the books? Let's analyze a recent case. In 2016, a Texas court decided the case the law offices of Tuan Khuu Associates vs. Lan Anh Cai. At the time, Lan Cai was a 20-year-old student seeking legal advice from the Khuu law firm for an injury she sustained during a car crash. The student went on to retain Keith Nugent of the Khuu law firm, but subsequently had an unsatisfactory experience and proceeded to write bad reviews of the business on Yelp and in a Facebook group. As part of one review stated, quote, "When I tried to reach them, no one would answer my call or email. I was so lost with my insurance, I didn't know what to do with my car," end quote. When the law firm learned about the bad reviews, they made good on their threat to sue. The student then obtained another attorney, Michael Fleming, who went on to argue that the first law firm had filed a classic SLAP because, first, what the student wrote was her truthful experience. And importantly, the law firm already had multiple bad reviews. In other words, the student couldn't harm the reputation of a firm that was already known to have a bad reputation. Under Texas's fairly new anti-SLAP law called the Texas Citizens Participation Act, the court found that the first law firm had indeed filed a SLAP and dismissed the case, ordering Khoo's firm to pay nearly $27,000 in attorney fees. As the court wrote, quote, "People should be free to express their opinion without the threat of a lawsuit," end quote. In conclusion, run a quick search to find out if your state is one of the 28 states that have passed anti-SLAP laws. If not, start a petition and pick up the phone to dial your representatives to make passing one a priority. And while you're at it, thank former President of the United States Barack Obama for being the least lame duck and signing into law at the 11th hour the Consumer Review Fairness Act, which protects all of us from contracts that attempt to silence us from writing negative reviews. Maybe one day, the only SLAP we will hear about is the one that precedes the word stick.